Hello friends, and welcome back to Charisma's Kitchen. So, hey, I like that name. You know, keeping it real, cooking with Charisma, dinner with the Olsons, whatever you want to call it. I'm Charisma, and welcome back. So, I know I'm just a little early, so I'm just going to babble and let some people catch up and catch on and join in, but not for long, because those watching us on the replay might be going, OMG, skip or delete or stop, whatever. But when you watch on the replay, I think you can fast forward, so that might be not a bad thing. So anyway, this morning I'm going to make apple Dutch babies, mini apple Dutch babies, in the toaster oven, in the air fryer, and using the OMG, how cute are these? The Twins for the Wins, the 5.5-inch mini cast iron skillet. I love these guys. So you can get just the regular Dutch baby recipe on the Pampered Chef website, but I got some more produce bags, or boxes, and so I have more apples, and nobody's eating the apples, so I'm like, I'm going to use the apples. And I've seen recipes for the apple Dutch babies, and I was like, I'm going to make those. And then I got to thinking, I know there's a lot of stuff as you're shopping, and I apologize, there is a lot of stuff that's not available right now. It's temporary, guys. So I was, creating my posts for a couple parties, and a lot of people are like, hey, take these posts out, don't mention these, don't talk about them in your parties. I'm like, they're temporary. These items will be available again. I know it sucks that you can't purchase them now, but to not tell you about them, I think that would be, I just don't think that's fair, because maybe you want to have a party in July, or maybe you want to have a party at the end of the month so you can get your double host rewards. Yes, that's right. If you have a party in June, you get double host rewards. Hello, book it. And that's the only way right now that you can get the air fryer, is when you host a party in June. So I know only hosts can get it, and it's one of your 60% off items, but hey, it's 60% off, and you can get the air fryer. So yes, I'm still going to demonstrate, and I'm going to show you, and I'm going to talk about products that might not be available right now, but they will be available. So, if you come back and you're shopping again in July, August, later this month, September, Christmas, people buy Pampered Chef year-round, so I'm still going to tell you about these things, like the air fryer and the apple peeler core slicer. I know it's not available right now, but maybe you already have one and you can use it. Or maybe I saw one. I went with the older models. I saw one at the thrift store the other day. I almost bought it, but I didn't, because I already have one. So anyway, but you can still find these things. You can put them on your wish list. You can buy them when you can click the notify me when it's available button. So there's still ways to get these things. So I'm going to continue to talk about them. So there. And this, it doesn't even tell you to use, and because obviously the apple is not the Pampered Chef recipe, but it just says that you need thinly sliced apples. Well, why not use the apple core peeler slicer? Because I hate peeling apples, and I'm horrible at cutting apples. And you guys saw me last week. I think I made the applesauce, and I used the core, and I used the wedger. So now we're going to use the peeler core slicer. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know that maybe these items aren't available right now to purchase, but you can still get the deluxe air fryer as a host in June, and these things will become available just as soon as Pampered Chef can get more supply. Right now, Pampered Chef is in Illinois. It's a completely locked down state, so they are working on very, very limited staff. I think they're working around the clock. They are doing everything they can during this pandemic to keep everybody safe and to keep all of your products safe. So there is a huge delay on shipping. A lot of products aren't available, but it's for your safety too. So just be calm, place your orders, continue to shop, continue to support us, because you are supporting small businesses too. So, and you're getting the best products in the world. I love Pampered Chef. So, I keep going on and on. So anyway, let's get to cooking. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside just for a minute, because we are going to use our little mini babies. The first thing, okay. Okay, and so watch me, because the first thing we're going to do is this Apple Dutch Baby recipe does make 6 servings, and it's a recipe. It's actually telling us to use the 12-inch cast iron pan. Well, the Pampered Chef recipe, and I printed them both off. I had to, kind of go back and forth a little bit. Pampered Chef recipe uses the 10-inch cast iron pan, but it also serves 6. And in the tips and tricks on the Pampered Chef recipe, it actually says if you're using the mini babies to half your ingredients, it calls for 3 eggs. It says use 1. So, and then to bake for 9 to 10 minutes in your minis. So I was kind of stealing those tips and adapting them to this recipe. Since they both serve 6, I'm just going to cut this recipe right in half and follow along. So it calls for 2 tablespoons of butter. So what we're doing is you're placing your butter in your cast iron pan, and then you're going to place those in the oven to melt your butter. So I'm going to put 1 tablespoon in each pan. So I just like to cut right through my paper, because they've got the marks on it. So I know I'm getting exactly the 2 tablespoons, and I can just fold this over and stick it back in my butter tray. I think I made an indent. Yep, I did, for each tablespoon. Pop 1 in there, pop 1 in there. And we're going to stick these guys in here. 1 in the top tray. This is the really nice thing about the Pampered Chef air fryer too, is the size inside there. I don't know if you guys can see, because I've got my ingredients in the way. The size of this air fryer is huge mongo. You can fit, it has the 2 shelves, so you can cook 2 things at once. It does have a basket you can put on the rotator. It spins. You can rotate a whole chicken in here, so you can make your own rotisserie chicken. You don't have to worry about the 15-year-old at the grocery store who maybe didn't wash his hands. No, I'm just kidding. But you know exactly. You make it and you put your own seasonings on there, so you know everything is safe and just the way you like it. Anyway, so we're going to put this on bake. Or actually, let's do, I haven't done a custom before, so because it says, oops, yeah. And let's cancel this, sorry. Because we want to preheat, we want to cook it at 400 degrees. I think my air fryer, let's see if we do it. Oh, it's 400. Let's just do that. Because we're just doing this for 5 minutes. So we're going to just hit the button there. I think you can do a custom if you wanted to change your temperatures and whatnot. Again, we're just melting butter, so we're going to do that for 5 minutes. It's going to be about me halfway through. We can switch them around, blah, 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 blah. While that's doing that, we're going to go ahead and do our apples with the peeler core slicer. Pop this. I love this little safety guy here, so it just goes on there. I just keep mine put on the stand because I like it. It has the little rubber feet. It keeps it from sliding all over my counter as I'm doing this. And bear with me, guys. We got this little lever here, so we're going to actually pull this back. Push our lever down. We can push and pull this because we do want to do that. I'm going to pop my apple on here. It's right there. And then we start rotating. Look at that. The peels are so fun. You can throw those out. But the critters, you can boil them in water with some cinnamon if you want to have your house smell like, just give it a fresh cinnamon smell. Yeah. It's 3 to 6, so. And then you've got your little apples. Oh, how cute is that? You've got, a springy little apple. We can cut this and we'll have our apple slices. And you've got your core right here. You can just pull this off. Voila. And pop it in the trash. You can throw it out for the critters, whatever you want. My dogs are over here. They smell the apple. They're like, hello. So we'll see what they get. So I'm going to just do that again. You guys, if you're making any apple dumplings, apple pies, apple anything, this is the way to do it. Did you see how quick that was to peel, core, slice my apples? And you get these beautiful thin slices, perfectly cored. I love this thing. So there you go. Look at those little eyeballs. All right. notify me that it's our halfway point, saying, hey, switch those. Since we're just melting butter, I think it's going to be just fine. Hopefully I'm not scorching butter on one. I'm going to set this aside here. If you guys see, oh, can you see my Proud to be American sign? That's another thing I'm doing on the side. I'm making door hangers. So that will hang on somebody's door. Those are $35 made up. I can customize them just for you. Let me know if you want one, if you're local. Not really, oh, sorry guys, I had to get my grippies. Not sure about shipping, sorry. That might cost you a little bit more because they are, well, they're not that heavy really. I mean, it's just, yeah, but see, I'm just melting these guys out. You know, you don't have to work at these odd angles at your house. It's a little bit easier to do when you're facing it. You can see what you're doing, blah, 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 blah. There we go. I switched my butter so I don't have, like, burnt butter on mine. Woo! Just throw my grippies right over there. All right. Now we're going to make our, the Dutch baby. So I've got my bowl here. Oh, I did call for 2 to 3 gallon apples. I'm just using 2 so I can have 1 for each. So I'm dividing everything equally. So it calls for 3/4 cups of flour. So it says in a bowl, combine your flour, baking powder, sugar, salt, milk, and eggs. This is it, guys. So super simple. Everybody has, these are your staple ingredients you probably have at home. So in a bowl, we're going to combine those. It's 3/4 cups of flour. Eek. I know that's a 1/2 cup plus 1/4. So we're going to do 1/4 plus 1/8. I know, right? We're doing some serious math here. And I don't have 1/8 of a cup, but we'll just fill our 1/4 to 1/2. And that's of our flour. So we're going to do 1/4. Or that would be 5/8, right? And then we're going to do 1/2. Now I could have done the whole thing and just made 4 Dutch babies, but you know what? You snooze, you lose around this house. I don't know how long a Dutch baby's going to keep. So this will be a nice little two-person baby. The nice thing is we needed 3/4 cups of flour. We also need 3/4 cups of milk. So we're going to do 1/4 and 1/8, or 5/8 again. This doesn't really go to 5/8, so I know it's going to be 1/4 and 1/2. So maybe roughly 1/3 of a cup. Pour that in. Baking powder, it calls for 1/4 teaspoon, so we're going to do 1/8 of a teaspoon of baking powder. The nice thing is our spoons do come in 8ths, so I'm going to just pour 1/8. Got my baking powder. I always double check to make sure it doesn't say baking soda. And then we need 1 tablespoon of, oh, oops, I skipped the salt. 1/2 teaspoon of salt, so we're going to use 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Woo. 1 tablespoon, so we're going to use 1/2 tablespoon of sugar. Oh, wait. Yeah. I'm sorry, there is a topping. They want you to make your own cinnamon sugar topping. I wanted to make sure that some of that wasn't for that. And then we are going to add our 2 eggs. Well, it would call for 4, but we're doing 1/2, so we're going to add 2 eggs. And once again, just so you don't think I'm throwing things right on my floor, this actually, my trash can is sitting right here next to me. And we are going to, I think it just says combine, so I'm going to go ahead and whisk. So I want to make sure those, I mean, look at this, it's so cute. So we're just combining this. And you guys, seriously, I think the Pampered Chef recipe says, you know, with your total time on this is like 10 minutes. Well, no, 15, because you've got 9 to 10 minutes of baking, and then your 5 minutes of preheat. And guys, this is so easy, right? So let me, oopsies, let me grab my rivets here. Put these guys on. is we do have these trivets still. I love these. I actually have I have some really old Pampered stuff, trivets and stuff, but I'm going to put these guys, because I know they're hot. I'm just going to go ahead and take them off on their trays. And just put the tray back in there. Now the first thing we're going to do, it says, is to take out apples. I'm going to cut these right down the middle. So place your sliced apples in the bottom of the pan on top of the melted butter. That's yummy, yummy, yummy. So you can place these. It's really entirely up to you. I'm just kind of shoving them in there. Wow, got a lot of excitement going on around here. I don't even know. I know we've been doing a lot of yard work, a lot of basement work, just a lot of everything. Little crumbs of the apples. Yum, yum. All right, so you put your apples in the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see what I've done. I'll show you. Baby shark, doop, doop. Oh, sorry. As I digress. So there you go. I've got 2 of these. I'm going to take half my batter. So you put your apples in the bottom. You pour your egg mixture over the apples. So we're going to pour half on each one. Like maybe, I don't know how much. Anthony's going, maybe I'll wait until she's done making some Dutch beets. And then it says to combine your sugar and cinnamon and sprinkle over the top. So saying half a cup of sugar, so putting about a 1/4 cup of sugar on each. You know what? In my little sugar shaker, I have one filled with cinnamon and sugar, one filled with powdered sugar. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this, so I'm not going to make it up again. I'm just going to, and put about, what, a 1/4 of a cup on here. Put as much or as little as you want. So you guys can mix this up and do as you wish. If I decide when they're done that wasn't enough, I'll put some more on there. And I've already got my ice cream scoop out because I know I have vanilla ice cream too. So I'm going to pop these guys back in here. And I'm going to go ahead and put them in for 10 minutes. At the 5-minute mark, I know it's going to beep at me to switch. Or maybe I could do it for 9.5, then because it says 9 to 10 minutes. Well, what do you do? We'll put these guys in here. I know actually this is probably going to make a little bit more, so we'll do them for 10. 10 minutes on bake at 400. Let's see if we can do a custom. Here we go. So we're going to do 10. Hit that. This should blink. We're going to pop this up to 400, and voila, go. So 10 minutes, and we'll pull these guys out. I will put in the comments. I will show you a picture of them, maybe one with ice cream, one without. Maybe I'll just pop on and go live again and do a live taste test. I don't know. I can't promise anything at this moment in time. But I'm pretty sure you don't want to hang out with me for 10 minutes while they cook. Or do you? I don't know. Anyway, real quick, I'll just show you. So I've got like my Proud to Be an American. You guys you can see that one. I'll show you a couple others that I made. I've got my Hello, this one. Everything's so pretty. They are 18 inches, custom made by moi. So Hello is sold, but I can make more. And then I've got here, my friends. We've got Blessed. So this one is for my mama. So, sorry, I've just got them hanging in random places. Keep them safe. I've got a few others that are ordered. This one is currently available. Oh, and I've got my Casey. I don't know if you guys can see that. We've got our champion sign. I can make you one of those. Place it on the door hanger. You tell me what you want. I can make it for you. They're $35. And we can meet locally. You can do a porch pickup, whatever makes you happy. Let me know. Dutch babies, like I said, should be done in about 9 minutes. If you're close, come on over and have breakfast or brunch with me. Dessert, whatever you want to call it. We are in quarantine, and it's all a matter of when you wake up and what you have. I might just go have my Texas Roadhouse leftovers and then have this for dessert. Or maybe I'll have this for breakfast since I haven't eaten yet. I don't know. It's all good. Thanks for watching, friends. I'm going to come over and hit that button. Share my video if you like. Go visit my YouTube page, and you can see all the others. All right. Thanks again. Have a fantastic Sunday.